Anjana, Associate Professor, Department of Electronics, ADB First Year College, Harapanadi. This is for BSc 4th Sem Electronics. My dear students, already I have completed 95% of syllabus, remaining is only 5%. You might have studied in this linear integrated circuits, op-amp basics, op-amp applications. Now last part is integrated circuits. Integrated circuits, it is simply called as IC. IC stands for integrated circuits. Now what is an integrated circuit? This circuit, it is a small silicon semiconductor chip is known as integrated circuit. This chip contains all active and passive components are placed in a small silicon semiconductor chip. The whole circuit is called integrated circuit. Now in this, before going to integrated circuits, now let's take a brief history of electronic circuits. Now initially the electronic circuits are developed by Wallis in the year 1940s. So triode valve invented Leo de Forest in 1907. The active components and also passive components are separate and distinct units connected by soldered leads. But these valves are very difficult to construct and it takes a larger space. It consumes highest power and its cost is very large. So these are the disadvantages. Then we developed an semiconductor technology in the year 1945 by Bell Telephone Laboratories. It is replaced, in place of vacuum tubes, we replace the semiconductor devices. Now in 1947, we invented transistor. So you know the invented name of the transistor, J. Bardeen and W. H. Brattain in 1948. After that, in 1951, junction transistors are developed. Means JFETs, MOSFETs, means metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistors. Then after that, in the year 1958, we developed integrated circuits. It's a recent development in electronic circuits is the ICs. So this IC was developed by J.S. Kilby, is the first inventor of this IC. So now you know the definition and brief history of this IC. Now what are the advantages? You know already disadvantages of valves. So because of those disadvantages, we developed semiconductor technology. Those semiconductors are very easy to construct, fabricate, and it consumes less power and its cost is less, and a smaller device, small weight. So then again replaced, instead of semiconductor we go for integrated circuits. These integrated circuits consist of all active and passive components in a small semiconductor chip. So therefore there are more advantages as compared to semiconductor and also valves. So therefore we come into the semiconductor, that is an ICs. Now advantages of IC is extremely smaller in size, small physical size. So it means 1,000 times lesser than the construct this components, discrete, what we determine semiconductor, either transistor, diodes, whatever the components, 1,000 times lesser as compared to discrete circuit components. Now another advantage, very small weight. So because the chip is very smaller, tiny, so therefore in this small semiconductor chip, so we placed so many components, so therefore automatically its weight is very small. and also reduced cost, because mass production, bulk production of these ICs, automatically its cost is very less, and also extremely high reliability. So because absence of soldered connections in this IC. Then another advantage, suitably for small signal operations, and low power consumption, because IC is a small weight, low cost, so low power consumption, hence it's a smaller in size. Because of smaller size, it consumes less power. And another advantage is easy replacement, because this cost is very less. Once the IC burn, so ever repaired, then we go for another IC, replace the another new one IC. It's easy to get the output from any electronic circuits. Then these are the advantages. Then what are the drawbacks of an ICs? Now the first one, coils or inductors are not fabricated in this IC. So this is one disadvantage. Another disadvantage, ICs function at fairly low voltages. So it required only smaller voltage, either 5 volt or 6 volt. If you go for semiconductor transistors, it required 30 volt or 20 volt. So if higher voltage, that will withstand higher voltages of semiconductor devices, but it cannot be withstand for that much of voltage. Only it required 5 to 6 volts is necessary. Then it can handle only limited amount of power. If amount of power is increased, automatically IC will burn. So another disadvantage, they are quite delicate and cannot be withstand rough handling or external excessive heat. If heat also increases, temperature rises, IC will also burn. So therefore, so can replace another IC easily, because of bulk production, mass production, its cost is very less. Therefore, that IC, once it is burned, ever repaired, therefore you can use another IC. Then scale of integration, how the integrated circuits were developed. So now stage by stage the IC was developed. Now first one, in the this scale of integration, it is classified by the circuit or component density. On the basis of circuit or component density, so we have taken the first one is small scale integration. It is called SSI, small scale integration. This integrated circuit, we placed only less than 30 components. First we placed only 30 components, less than 30 components, so therefore it's work effectively, it is successful. Then he again put a number of components. Another one is MSI. MSI stands for medium scale of integration. The components placed 30 to 100 components. Again it is successful. Then he again use another scale of integration is LSI, large scale of integration. Again the components increased from 100 to 10,000 components of the same small silicon semiconductor chip. So it cannot stop. Again he go through that increase the components again. So its name is called VLSI, very large scale of integration. The components increased from 10,000 to 1 lakh components are inserted in a same chip. Then again at present we are using ultra large scale of integration, ULSI. So millions of components are inserted in a same IC chip. Therefore this is the scale of integration. Now we go for classification of ICs. There are two types of classification. One type is classification of ICs by function, and also classification of ICs by structure. Now let us consider the first one is classification of ICs by function. Here there are two types of integrated circuits, analog ICs and digital ICs. These are the classification of ICs by function. So now you see here these ICs linear and also digital ICs. These linear ICs example 3020 and also 3065 and also 741. So these ICs are belongs to analog ICs because analog quantity is a continuous range of values over a given range. But in a digital IC, a discrete set of values over a given range. So therefore, these analog ICs are not much used, but digital ICs are 80% utilized at present in a digital era. So therefore, analog ICs are also used in linear integrated circuits, analog integrated circuits, because their inputs and output can take one of a continuous range of values as compared to discrete circuits. Now these analog ICs are used in op-amp, small signal amplifier, power amplifier, then RF and IF amplifiers, microwave amplifiers, then multipliers, voltage regulators as well as voltage regulators. Whereas if you go for digital ICs, 80% of the has been captured the market. These ICs are used in industry, computer industries. Means only two possible values, so either 0 or 1. So therefore here only the binary numbers. So here digital ICs are referred to as switching circuits. Switch, you know, switch, ordinary switch, in also there are two states. One is on state, another one is off state, either 0 or on, 1. So yes or no, true or false, high or low. So there is no state in between. So therefore either yes or no. So in digital ICs, the digital ICs are referred to as switching circuits, so such as logic circuits. You know, already might have studied in last semester logic circuits. So it makes a logic decisions, means either low or high. And also flip-flops. Flip-flop, you know, the basic memory element, it can store the one bit of information. And also counters, count the number of clock pulses, and also clock chips, calculators chips, as well as memory chips, and also microprocessor as well as microcontrollers. These ICs are very useful in microelectronics. So therefore these about classification of ICs by function. If you go for classification of ICs by structure, now these ICs by structure we are classified into three types. One is monolithic integrated circuits, and second one is thick and thin film ICs, and third one is hybrid or multi-chip ICs. Now let us take monolithic integrated circuit. Mono means single, lithic means stone, one stone, single solid structure, that is called monolithic integrated circuit. So now here in this monolithic integrated circuits, all active and passive components are fabricated or placed in a same silicon semiconductor chip. Then we go for thick and thin film ICs. So you know the name thick and thin. So not the relative thickness. Here the making the deposition, film deposition of either thick or thin films. Here how much of that film deposition takes place in a thin and also thick. But here the properties and characteristics are differ from this thick and also thin films. But then hybrid IC or multi-chip ICs, it contains both, means hybrid means mixed. It's a mixing of monolithic thick or monolithic thin, like this, a combination of two IC chips. It is called hybrid or multi-chip ICs. So now if you go for IC fabrication in a next class, now so already you might have studied advantage, these are applications. These ICs are used in automobiles, appliances, and also computers. So mainly that's why whenever the IC was developed, the electronic components, electronics appliances or electronic goods are very compact, means it's a smaller in size because of IC technology. These are the applications. Then come to the last conclusion of this IC, modern computing, communication, as well as manufacturing and transport system, including the internet, all depends on the existence of integrated circuits. So okay friends, let us stop here. Next class we can start how we are going to fabricate monolithic integrated circuit in the next class. Thank you.